Hi guys, it's ASBYT, and if you've got your eyes on getting the brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, then this video might be for you. Don't pull the trigger just yet, because I think this will interest you. Drop a like on the video if you're excited for 2021 smartphone tech. And thanks to Otterbox for sponsoring today's video. So this video is split into two parts, starting with camera. So as I mentioned in my first impressions video, the S21 Ultra pretty much has it all when it comes to camera. You may have seen many camera comparison videos already, showcasing the details you can get from the 108 megapixel primary sensor, the great dynamic range, the super zoom capabilities, 8K video, and a glut of pro and social media features. Like, it's pretty much flawless when it comes to what we can get right now on a smartphone camera. But there's one thing that it's not so good at, and it seems that nobody's talking about it. And this is a pretty big pet peeve that I have of all smartphone cameras pretty much outside of Google and their Pixel line. Portrait mode on the S21 Ultra is decent, as you can see here, when the target is stationary, which seems to be pretty much the only example that tech reviewers will give you. But of course, in reality, life's not that simple. If you're taking pictures of your pets or your children, for example, you know you very rarely get a still stationary target to fix focus on. If you're trying to capture that sharp focal point and have that beautiful soft blurry background to make your photos really pop, it can take up to 4 to 5 attempts just to nail that shot, and sometimes you miss it completely. It's one of the reasons why I go back and forward on the Android side between the next best thing and back to a Pixel. The image processing is so good, the shutter speed is so ridiculously quick that it hits the focus that is needed and works out the rest in post-processing. So how do we improve the S21 Ultra in this department? Well, here we have the Google Pixel camera app working, and this specific version even works on Exynos devices, something that has often not been the case in the past. There are many different versions to download, but some of them are a little bit glitchy, and I found this specific one is probably the best for your Galaxy S21 Ultra right now, especially again if you're on Exynos. I will leave a link to download in the video description below, and you need to follow these instructions. So click on the link in the video description below and it will take you to this page here. You want to click on download GCam, and then it gives you a list of different options, different versions, and there is an 8.1 version, but that is glitchy for Exynos. I'm not sure about the Snapdragon variant, but for Exynos, the 8.1 currently right now is a bit glitchy. So I've gone with the 7.4 Z GCam 3387. You click on that. It will take you to this page now, and it says direct access with premium or free access with ads. I, of course, went with the free access with ads. I think that's better for you guys. And then what you have to do is you have to click on this ad here. Now, in an ideal world, we don't like ads, but of course, in order to support the developers, I completely appreciate that ads might be necessary for them. Just click the X to get rid of that, and then it will give you the continue option. Once you press the continue, it then allows you to download the file. So for the sake of one ad, I'm more than happy with that. And again, massive thanks to the developers who make these sorts of things possible. Click on download, and it will then allow you to download the APK file once you press download again. Once it's finished downloading, you simply click on the APK, click on settings, and allow from this source. This can either be from your Samsung internet or it can be from Google Chrome, for example. You'll get the same pop-up. Click to yes, then go back, and then click on install. This will then install the GCam app on your phone, and you can either click done or open. I'll show you open just so that you can see it working, and then you just go through and select allow for those, and as you can see, we have the GCam working. Job is a good one. The second part of this video looks at performance and benchmarks and also battery drain as well, and I think you'll find again this pretty interesting. Very quickly, if you're enjoying this video so far, a sub would be awesome. So here I'm doing a battery drain test on the S21 Ultra versus the S20 Ultra from last year. This specific app basically speeds up the drain process by activating intensive CPU work and Wi-Fi scanning. It also increases screen brightness and turns on things like your torch, etc. And it'll definitely show you which phone is better equipped at dealing with high intensive tasks. Now here in the UK, the S21 Ultra has the much talked about Exynos 2100 chipset compared to the Exynos 990 in the S20 Ultra. There have been apparent big strides in performance and battery life with this new version, and as you can see straight from the start, the Exynos 990 in the S20 Ultra is lagging behind, both in terms of battery and in temperature as well. It is running hotter. Of course, if your phone runs hotter, it can sometimes suffer from thermal throttling, so again, expect better performance with the new version. And as you can see, when the S20 Ultra's battery dies, the S21 Ultra is still on 12%. And that is quite a big jump. Now, yes, this isn't the most normal everyday use scenario of a phone's battery, but neither really are any battery drain tests that you might see, because who actually has their phone screen on all the time from start to finish for 8-9 hours at a time without turning it off for a second? And if you've just said you, I think it might be time to just put the phone down. I think you've earned a break. I've also ran some benchmarks here between these two Samsung phones and also the iPhone 12 Pro as well, just for some reference. And as you can see, the S20 Ultra beats the iPhone 12 Pro in single core, but loses out in the multi-core section here. But the S21 Ultra obliterates the both of them. That's a pretty huge win for the S21 Ultra, but also for the Exynos 2100 chipset as well, because usually Samsung's in-house Exynos chips get a pretty bad rep. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, Otterbox are a very trusted brand when it comes to smartphone case protection, but they've been secretly developing accessories for next-gen gaming as well. I mentioned I've already had a sneak peek of what they've been up to, but right now it's a chance to share it with you. They've sent me this bad boy right here, and I'm going to unbox it and share. So straight away, we have what looks like a hoodie with the Otterbox and Xbox logos on there. And before we continue, let's put it on. How about that? Yeah, rocking the logos right there on the back. Yeah, feeling it. Right, next up. Right, so also in the bigger box, we have a smaller box. As you can see, we've got Otterbox Gaming and Xbox right here. And if we lift the lid, and we have a little letter with my name on there. We have a screen protector for the iPhone 12 Pro, which is of course one of the phones that I'm using right now. Otterbox is changing the way you game. And then we have a really nice carry case here. And as you can see, it is designed especially for the Xbox Series X and S, depending on which one you're going to try and get your hands on, if you can indeed find any stock. And the great thing about this little setup is the additional grips that you have here on the sides not only maintain the comfort, but there's a really nice texture to it as well, really grippy. We also have this bit, which of course we place over the top. And then of course you can adjust this bit. You can lock it in whenever you've decided that that's what you want. And for this, I'm actually going to use the S21 Ultra, because of course we've been talking about it in this video. But again, you can use Android phones, you can use iPhones, as long as you can connect it up via Bluetooth, sync it up to the Xbox wireless controller. We'll choose a game. You've of course got Fortnite, for example, which I'm going to be demoing on. And one of the great things about this individual product is you can, of course, take your controller around with you. It's portable. You can chuck it in your bag and you can continue playing when you're out and when you're at home. And that's a really handy feature. So with Otterbox, you have smartphone accessories, but now, of course, we have specific next-gen gaming accessories as well. Top job. So hopefully you found that video helpful. Drop a like if you did and share it if you think others might find it helpful. Also, let me know in the comments, are you going to go out and buy the S21 Ultra or one of the other phones in the S21 series or another brand completely? Subscribe and hit the bell if you love everything tech, news, unboxings, reviews. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, peace out.
Do just what you want.